Hello students, greetings for the day. So last class we have started a new chapter called rational numbers. So before getting into today's class, let's recall whatever we learned in the last class. So first starts with rational numbers. What are rational numbers? Rational numbers are numbers which are in the form of a by b where b is not equal to 0. So any number of the form a by b where b not equal to 0 can be stated as a rational number. We have also learned that a rational number can be standardized and can also be written in an equivalent form. We have seen how to write a rational number in a standard form or an equivalent form. We have also seen how to compare two rational numbers, which means which rational number is greater or lesser. Okay, so these are the things we have learned in the last class. So today we'll be dealing with the next part of the lesson, which is finding numbers between two rational numbers. We are going to find different numbers between any two rational numbers and operations on rational numbers. What are the basic operations? We all know basic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. We are going to see all these operations on rational numbers. Okay, so the remaining two part will deal in the next video. So let's get into the class. So before getting into the lesson, let's see a story about rational numbers.
Wow, this fair is very interesting. I should search for the magic stall. That is the magician's tent. But where is the magician?
Hello kid, let me show you some magic. Think of any number between 1 and 10.
Okay, I chose a number between 1 and 10.
The number you chose is 8. Am I correct?
Wow, that's correct. You are amazing.
Now you have to choose a number between 3 by 4 and 5 by 7.
I am sorry. I don't know how to find a number between any two rational numbers.
Don't worry kid, that's easy.
As shown in the video, a boy goes to a fair and finds a magician's stall in the fair. He goes to the magician and the magician asks him to choose a number between 1 to 10. He thinks of a number and the magician could be able to identify the number correctly. Again, when the magician asks him to choose a number between 3 by 4 and 4 by 5, the boy couldn't be able to find a number between that because he doesn't know how to find a number between two rational numbers. So if you are in the boy's position, you could possibly also not able to find a number. So what we are going to see in this chapter is we are going to see how to find rational numbers between any two given rational numbers. So let's get into this. So we all know how to find integers between any two given integers. Okay, let's say we have to find four integers between -4 and +5. How to find integers between these two integers? We'll take a number line. So -4 exists on the left of the number line and the +5 exists on the right of the number line. Okay, with 0 in the middle. So we have got so many numbers in between. We have got -3 in between, -2 in between, 1 in between, and then 1 2 3 and 4 in between. So we have got so many numbers in the middle such that we can write as many numbers as it exists here. So -3 exists in the middle, -2, -1, 0 also exists in the middle, 1 2 3 and 4. So these are the numbers which are existing between -4 and -5. This we all can find this is an easy task. We have already learned a number line in the previous classes. Similarly, we can also find numbers between any two rational numbers. Let's see how. Okay, so to find a rational number between any two rational numbers, there are two methods. The first method is using LCM. We all know how to find LCM of any given number. Okay, let's understand this method using an example. Let's say our two numbers are -3 by 4 and -2 by 5. Okay, so these are the two rational numbers between which we have to find another rational number, or how many number possible we can find that. Okay, so first let's see these two rational numbers, -3 by 4 and -2 by 5. By seeing only you can tell that the denominators of two rational numbers are not same. So whenever we get a situation like this, first thing what we should do is we should convert both the denominators into the same number. Okay, So whenever we have rational number and to convert the denominators into the same number, we should take the LCM of denominators first. So what are the denominators here? The denominators are 4 and 5. So we have to take the LCM first. So we all know how to take LCM. We'll write 4 and 5 here, and we'll take 2. 2 2s are 4 and 5 remains the same. Again 2. 1 2s are 2 and 5 remains the same. 5 again. So 1 and 1. So now the factors are 2 into 2 into 5, which gives us 4 into 5, which is 20. Okay, hence the LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. Okay, so now we have two numbers, 3 minus 3 by 4 and minus 2 by 5. So we have to multiply 4 with certain number such that the denominator becomes 20. What number will multiply? Yes, we'll multiply the 4 by 5 such that the denominator becomes 20. In the same way, we should also multiply the numerator by 5. So minus 3 into 5 will give us minus 15. Same way, what number you should multiply by with 5 such that we get 20? Yes, we should multiply by 4. Hence we are multiplying 4 on the denominator. We should also multiply 4 on the numerator. So minus 2 into 4 will give us minus 8. 5 into 4 will give us 20. Take a look at these numbers carefully now. Minus 15 by 20 and minus 8 by 20. Now you can tell that both the denominators of these two numbers are same. Okay, now tell me what are the numbers? Minus 15 by 20 and minus 8 by 20. Since the denominators are same, forget about the denominators now. Now look into the numerator. This is minus 15 and this is minus 8. How many integers can you write between these two numerators? You can write minus 14, you can write minus 13, you can write minus 12, minus 11, minus 10, minus 9. So you can write 6 integers in the middle. Okay, hence all the numerators are same. You can write these numbers as minus 14 by 20, minus 13 by 20, so on all the way till minus 9 by 20. So these are the numbers which are existing between minus 15 by 20 and minus 8 by 20, otherwise minus 3 by 4 and minus 2 by 5. Okay, now you all know how to find the rational numbers between any two given rational numbers. First what we should do is we should convert both the rational numbers into equivalent rational numbers having same denominators. Then we have to look into the numerator part. We have to write the numerators which are in between both the numerators. Then we have to divide all the numerators with the same denominator, which is the LCM of the denominators from the question. Okay, using this way we can find as many as rational numbers as possible between any two given numbers. Okay, so let's get into the next part. Let's see another example. Are these only numbers between minus 3 by 4 and minus 2 by 5? Are these the only numbers, which means like we found now minus 14 by 20, minus 13 by 20. Are these the only numbers, or are there any other numbers also? Let's see this. Okay, so minus 3 by 4, after taking LCM and reducing it into equivalent fraction, we got minus 15 by 20. Now let's multiply this by 2 on numerator and denominator. Now what we get? We get minus 30 by 20 into 2, 40. Okay, so we get minus 30 by 40. Now this is also an equivalent fraction of minus 3 by 4. Okay, and again after taking LCM of minus 2 by 5 and reducing it to denominator, we get minus 8 by 20. Now let's multiply 2 on numerator and denominator. We get minus 16 by 40. Okay, we get minus 16 by 40 here and minus 30 by 40 for the first number. Minus 30 by 40 and minus 16 by 40. Okay, by using the previous method, how many numbers can you write in between? Forget about the denominator because denominators are same here, 40 and 40. How many numbers you can write between? You can start with minus 29, minus 28, minus 27, all the way till minus 17 and minus 16. Okay, so you can write maximum 30 numbers between these two integers. Okay, so hence Hence the numbers in between this are minus 29 by 40, minus 28 by 40, all the way till minus 17 by 40. Okay, using this way you can keep on going. Here we have multiplied 15 by minus 15 by 20 into 2. Same way you can multiply both the numerators and denominators by 3 for this number and this number. We get a different set of value and we can find various set of numbers for that also. Okay, let's try finding rational numbers between 3 by 7 and 4 by 7 using a number line. We all know how to use a number line. Okay, let's see that. Okay, so we all know the given question is 3 by 7 and 4 by 7. So we know that 3 by 7 and 4 by 7 are proper rational numbers. As I have mentioned in the earlier video, proper rational numbers are numbers which exist in the number line between 0 and 1. Okay, it cannot go anywhere after 1 or anywhere before 0. If it is negative proper rational number, it will exist between 0 and minus 1. Okay, since these are positive proper rational numbers, it will exist between 0 and 1. Okay, so between 0 and 1 we have two values which are 3 by 7 and 4 by 7. So we have to split the interval 0 and 1 into 7 parts because the new denominator is 7. Okay, so here they have split that into 7 parts: 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7 and 7 by 7. Okay, so our value of importance is 3 by 7 and 4 by 7. Okay, so between 3 by 7 and 4 by 7 we can multiply 3 by 7 into 10 by 10. Okay, so we get 30 by 70. Okay, same way we can multiply 4 by 7 into 10 by 10. We will get 40 by 70. So now we have end up in two equivalent fractions, which is 30 by 70 and 40 by 70. Between 30 by 70 and 40 by 70 we can write 9 different rational numbers: 31 by 70, 32 by 70, 33 by 70 and so on. In that we can still further take 37 by 70 and 38 by 70 and we can multiply both the numbers by 10 again. 37 by 70 into 10 by 10, which will give us 370 by 700. Same way 38 by 70 will give us 380 by 700. So between 370 by 700 and 380 by 700 we can have 371, 372, 373, 374 and so on. Okay, again we can further divide this into 377 by 700 and 378 by 700 into further parts. So 3770 by 1000 and 3780 by 1000. This can further be divided into 10 equal parts. Okay, so like this it keeps on going infinitively. It has no end. In the first part, we have learned how to find a rational number between any two rational numbers using LCM. Okay, in the second part we are going to use a similar topic, similar content, which is called as average. We all know what is average. We all know where we are using average. We are using average in our daily lives, like average marks of a student, average height of students in the class. We all know how to find averages also. We have been studying averages since our 6th standard. Okay, so let's say I give you two numbers, the number 2 and 3. You have to find the average of these two numbers. What you will do, you will add two numbers first and divide it by the number of numbers. Here you have two numbers, so by 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5 by 2 will give you 2.5. This number 2.5 should exist between 2 and 3. So what I'm telling is your average should exist between the two numbers which you are taking at the first. Okay, so if you are taking numbers 2 and 3, the average 2.5 should exist somewhere between 2 and 3. That is what we are going to use here. Let's take two rational numbers a and b. if you want to find a number C in between A and B, we have to take the average of A and B, so that the average C should exist between A and B. Okay, so let's deal this with an example. First we'll take two numbers, minus 7 by 11 and minus 5 by 9. Okay, these are two numbers. Let's say this is number A and this is number B. We have to find a number C between these two numbers, which means what we have to do, we have to take an average of these two numbers. That is what we are doing here. We are adding these two numbers and dividing the number by 2. What we are getting, we are getting the value of C1 as minus 51 by 99. So hence this minus 51 by 99 exists between minus 7 by 11 and minus 5 by 9. What is the number? That is minus 59 by 99. So we have found one number in between. So what if we can find more numbers using averages like this? There is a way for that. First we have taken numbers A and B and we have found the average C. Let's keep this as C1. Okay, so now we can find another number between these two. Let's name that as C2. So if you want to find the number C2, what two numbers we will take? We will take the numbers A and C1. Okay, so we have to find the average. We have to find the number C2. So we have to take the average of numbers A and C1. Let's mark this as C3. Now what numbers we will take? We'll take the average of numbers C1 and B. So that is what they are doing here. See, average of so the first we have started with minus 7 by 11 and minus 5 by 9. The numbers we found in the middle is minus 55 by minus 50 minus 59 minus 59 by 99. Okay, so this is A, this is B and this is C1. To find C2 in the middle, we have to take A and C1. What is your A? Your A is minus 7 by 11 and what is your C1? It is minus 59 by 99. So you have to find the average of 7 by 11 and minus 59 by 99. You end up getting minus 61 by 99. Now you have got C1 and C2. Okay, now your A is minus 7 by 11, your B is 5 by minus 9. Okay, your C is minus 59 by 99. You have already found C2 by taking these two values. Now you can find C3 by taking what values? To find the average value of C3, what two averages you should take? You should take the average of minus 59 by 99 and minus 5 by 9. You should take the averages of C1 and B. So what will be the formula for finding the value C3? C3 is equal to half of C1 plus B. This is how you find C3. Okay, see the average, this is C1 and this is B. So hence the number we got is minus 57 by 99. So the numbers we found between this are between minus 7 by 11 and minus 5 by 9 are minus 55 by 99, minus 61 by 99 and minus 57 by 99. Hence using average also we can find any number of rational numbers between any two rational numbers, but only in exam if they ask using average method you can use this method. Otherwise you can use the previous LCM method, which is very useful and easy to find LCM. Unless they ask using average method, you can use the LCM method. If in a question average method is asked, you should compulsorily use this average method problem. Okay, so let's get to the next part. Operations are real numbers. What do you mean by operations? We all know what are operations. Operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So what we are going to see now, we are going to see these operations on real numbers. How do real numbers behave under these operations? So real numbers, we all know what are real numbers. Real numbers are in the form of A by B, where B is not equal to 0. So the real numbers similar a lot like fractions. Okay, so we have already studied operations of fractions. How do fractions behave under subtraction, addition, multiplication and division? So the same applies for real numbers also. Let's look in detail. Okay, addition of rational numbers with same denominators. We have three rational numbers with same denominators. In this case, what we have to do is add only the numerators of two or more rational numbers and write the same denominator. What we should do, we should add only the numerator and we should write the denominator as same. Here we have minus 6, 8 and minus 12. If we add all the three numerators, we get minus 10. And the denominator we are writing it as 11. Okay, in the same way, if the denominator is different, what we have to do, here we have three numbers. Here minus 5 by 9, minus 4 by 3, 7 by 12. So here the denominators are different. What we should do, we should take the LCM of the denominator and we should convert each into rational numbers having the same denominator. Okay, and then we have to again follow this same first part. So let's say we have let's take an example, 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1 by 3. Okay, see here three different denominators. So what we should do first, we should take the LCM of 2, 4 and 3. So we'll keep 2 first and then we'll keep 2 again. Now we'll keep 3. So 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. So the LCM is 12. Now we should convert all the rational numbers into rational numbers having denominator as 12. So 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1 by 3. 1 by 2 into what number we should multiply here? We should multiply by 6. Then we'll get 6 by 12. Here what we will do, we'll have to multiply by 3. 4 into 3 will give us 12. 3 into 3 will give us 9. Here multiply by 4. 1 into 4 will give us 4 and 3 into 4 will give us 12. So 6 by 12, 9 by 12 and 4 by 12. Here all the denominators are same. 12, 12 and 12. So what we have to do? We have to multiply 6 plus 9 plus 4 by 12. The answer will be 6 plus 9 will be 15. 15 plus 4 will be 19 by 12. Okay, so that is how you add. Same way they have given a question here. In this the LCM is 36. So you have to convert these three rational numbers into rational numbers having denominator 36 and then you have to add all the numerator part. Okay, so that's all about addition. Now we'll get into subtraction. Subtraction of rational numbers with same denominators. Whatever exactly we have seen for addition, the same applies here as for subtraction also. Here we have to look into the word from carefully. From in the sense we have to subtract this number from this number. So which number we should write first? We should always write minus 12 by 17 first and then subtract this from 9 by 17. Okay, so that is what from means. From means we should write this number first. Which number? The second number. So minus 12 by 17 minus 9 by 17. Since both the denominators are same, we can subtract the numerator and put the common denominator, which is minus 12 minus 9 by 17, which is minus 21 by 17. Okay, and the same applies for with the different denominators also. As whatever we have seen in addition, we have to take the LCM first. We have to take the rational numbers into rational numbers having common denominators. Then we have to use this method. Okay, only thing you have to take care is you have to take care of this word from. You cannot simply subtract this number from you cannot simply write minus 2 let's say minus 2 6 by 11 minus 4 5 by 22. This is totally wrong because they have given the word from here. From means you have to write this term first and subtract this from that term. Okay, so Let's get into the next part, which is multiplication of rational numbers. Multiplication, we all know, it is the same as we saw in fractions. Whenever you have been given two numbers, let's say 1 by 2 into 5, you just multiply the numerator, because there is nothing in the denominator here, so which will be 5 by 2. When they are given let's say minus 3 by 4 into 1 by 2, you just multiply the numerators and the denominators, which will be minus 3 by 4 into 2 is 8. Okay, whenever two rational numbers are given, you have to multiply the corresponding numerators and denominators both. Okay, division of rational numbers. Division of rational numbers is very much similar to division of fractions. How do you divide a fraction? Let's say you have a fraction called 1 by 2. You have to divide this fraction by 3 by 4. How do you divide this? To divide that, the first step is you have to write the fraction 1 by 2 as it is. You have to change the divide sign into multiply sign, and then you have to convert the fraction 3 by 4 into its reciprocal form. What is the reciprocal form of 3 by 4? It is 4 by 3. Okay, so now we have to write 1 by 2, the sign division changes into multiplication, and 3 by 4 changes into 4 by 3. Now it will be 4 by 2 into 3 is 6. The answer is 4 by 6. Okay, that is how you divide. For division, you have to write the number as it is, the first number as it is, then division sign changes into multiplication sign, then here see negative 3 by 4 changes into my negative 4 by 3. You have to write the reciprocal form. Then whatever you do for multiplication, you have to do the same step and you have to write. Okay, so far we have seen 4 operations on rational numbers. The first one is addition. Addition contains 2 parts, which is addition on same denominators and addition on different denominators. Addition on same denominators, there is nothing, you just add the numerators and put the common denominator. For addition on different denominators, you have to take the LCM and convert the different denominators into the LCM, and then you can use the first type. Subtraction is very much similar to addition, and for multiplication you have to multiply the corresponding numerators and denominators, and for division you have to write the first number as it is, and the multiplication sign changes into division sign, and the next term changes into its reciprocal form. That's all on the operations of rational numbers. So now I'll be showing you the assignments for today's class. You have to pause or take a screenshot of this page. I'll be giving you 20 seconds on each page so that you can copy the assignments. It's better that if you take a screenshot of this, and you can do this for your self-evaluation. Okay. Okay, hope you all have noted down the assignments. In the first question, you have to write 5 rational numbers between these 4 given questions. Each question you have got 2 integers or rational numbers. In this part, you have to convert these decimals into rational numbers, and then you have to find the rational numbers in between. In the second question, you have to write rational numbers between these 2 numbers using average method. Here they have mentioned using average method. In this question they haven't mentioned anything, so you can use either LCM or average, anything you can use. In the third question, you have to rearrange suitably and add. What do you mean by rearrange suitably? You have to arrange this things into order, in a corresponding order, and then you have to add all the rational numbers. And the next question is subtraction. Subtract this number from subtract 8 minus 8 by 44 from minus 17 by 11. This word from is really important. You know what you should do when you mean by from. And then divide means you already know, you have to take the reciprocal of the second term. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll be seeing in the next class, we'll be seeing properties of real numbers and word problems on the upcoming class. Okay, so thank you all.